Hey, what's up, everyone? I'd like to start by apologizing. Maybe a month or two ago, I did a story on how I was thinking that the primer shortage was kind of on the way out, and maybe supply was starting to, slowly come back in. Well, I was wrong. There is nothing out there. I had started to see some primers come back into shops, little here, little there, and it seems like they were getting decent amounts in. So I looked online, and I'll show you what I saw basically. Hope you can see this okay, but let's see. So checked out some of the larger places. Brownells, they had nothing. Midway, nothing. Bud's Gun Shop, nothing. Natchez, nothing. Cheaper Than Dirt, nothing. Kentucky Gun Company, nothing. So then I checked Ballistic Products. Ballistic Products, if you don't know, is a pretty cool website. They have lots of good stuff for people, particularly shotgunners who like to reload. I only found two listings, and it didn't say they weren't in stock. So one was the Chetite 209 primers, 1,000 per box, limit of 5, and that was $53.70 for 1,000, so pretty high. Talking about 5.4 cents per primer. They also had Federal 209A 1,000 a box for $57, so 5.7 cents a piece. Well, come to find out, they're both out of stock. They don't have them either. Now, in addition to that, you figure there's a $37 hazmat fee to purchase primers. So if you buy one box of primers, you pay a $37 hazmat fee. You buy 10 boxes, you pay a $37 hazmat fee. This is in addition to the shipping cost. So you figure it probably behooves you to buy more than less. Now, personally, I'm cheap. I wouldn't spend almost 6 cents a piece for them without not including fees. So it would make sense to buy more. But you can't do that because it's a limit of 5. I mean, it's a moot point anyway because they're not there, but it kind of makes it even harder to buy them online and really kind of a waste of time. So I decided to check AmmoSeek, and for those of you who don't know, it's like a meta search engine for ammunition and related products. So I went on AmmoSeek, I did a search on primers, and basically the cheapest primers I saw were 10 cents or so a piece. Yeah, 10 cents or so. So let's say you bought a 1,000 primers. They're charging you $100 for 1,000 primers. They're also charging you 37 cents for $37 probably for a hazmat fee, which is required for something like primers. On top of that, you got shipping. Let's say the shipping's 13 bucks. That means a box of primers for 1,000 is going to cost you about $15. It's 15 cents a piece. Now think about the good old days when you can go to Walmart and get a box of birdshot for like, $4.89 or something. And those good old days weren't too long ago. So you were paying like maybe 19 to 20 cents a piece for a shotgun shell that actually had, powder and shot in it in a hull in addition to that. And now you're paying 15 cents just for the primer. That's a little crazy. I saw a lot of empty ammunition shelves lately, and I've really been seeing that reverse quite a bit. And I've seen a lot of my local shops because I make it a point to try and visit the local shops, like maybe about half a dozen of them, at least every few weeks, just to kind of see how things are going, what's in stock, what's not in stock, and whatnot. And I'm seeing that they have a lot more in stock. So, I mean, that's a good thing to see. And the prices seem to be coming down. Now, they're still higher than they were, but I remember when 9mm was going for $55 for a 50-round box. That's pretty crazy. Then I saw it go down to 40 and to 30, and now I'm seeing 9mm for about $22 a box or $21 a box, which is still insane. I'm still not paying $21 a box, but having it at about 42, 43 cents a round is a lot better than seeing it at let's say $1 to $1.05 a round, and it makes me a little more hopeful that trend will continue. Unfortunately, that has not affected the primer prices, I figured that we would see a little more supply in the market, but evidently we're not seeing that supply. And my thinking is that these, and I don't know this for sure, but my thinking is that the larger reputable places like Brownells and Midway aren't price gouging or anything. They're still selling things at a fair price, which is why it's selling out very quickly. And how some of these crazier places I just told you about on AmmoSeek, they're charging, 10 cents a piece, not including fees, or 11 cents a piece. Why they still have inventory, because they're probably just selling to the most desperate of the desperate. It really doesn't make sense to do it, because one of the reasons you reload, besides enjoying the process and doing it yourself, is to maybe save a few cents per round. You're not going to do that if you're paying 15 cents for a primer. There's no way you're going to do that. It's crazy. And then you figure you have to buy the powder, and then you have to buy a shot. And sometimes powder can be a little tricky. I've seen powder become a bit more available. I've actually seen it, whereas primers, I was starting to see them come back, but lately the powder's there more often. Shot, there's only one local shop that sells various types of shot, and they have gotten some in occasionally, but it seems like kind of a hit or miss thing, and once it comes in, it sells out pretty quickly. But you know what? What good is having the powder and the hulls and the shot if you don't have the primer? That's not really going to do much for you. So just wanted to kind of update you on this, because I was really hoping I might have been able to pick up maybe 1,000 primers or maybe 2,000 primers. I was actually looking for shotgun primers and some pistol primers, small or large, preferably large. But that doesn't seem to be in the cards, because I'm not paying 15 cents a piece. So just a little update for you. I wanted to kind of say I was wrong about that last video. Kind of very, very wrong, but thought I'd share it. I'll be back with some other updates like this, because I think it's good to kind of keep an eye on the market, because you know really where it's trending. And right now, this looks really, really bad. The other thing I noticed is that some of these places don't even have them listed anymore, whereas they did. Now, Brownells, Midway, Buds, they actually have them listed as out of stock, whereas Natchez, Cheaper Than Dirt, and KY Gun Co., they don't even have them listed, and I'm pretty sure they sold them before, especially Natchez. As far as Cheaper Than Dirt, I know what some of you are thinking. I'm not a fan either. I'm actually surprised they don't have some in stock and not just price gouging them, to be honest with you. Or maybe they did price gouge them and were able to sell it even at that price. Not a fan of Cheaper Than Dirt, but because it's a large retailer, a lot of people are familiar with it, and I figure they could probably buy large enough quantities from distributors to actually get them. I decided to include them, but yeah, I'm not a fan of Cheaper Than Dirt. So I hope you found some value in this video. If you liked it, I would really appreciate if you subscribed or hit the thumbs up. Have a good one, and I will see you again in a day or two.